checklist here, and I've got a tutorial for you. I wanted to do a tutorial on one of my favourite looks that I did this year for the Perth Fringe Festival. I finally got to perform at the Perth Fringe Festival, which has been a bucket list item of mine for however long I've heard of the Fringe Festival. Fringe was fabulous. I got to sing, I got to dance, I got to do a comedy spot with a puppet that I made from scratch, and I got to meet so many nice people. I got to see so many amazing shows, and I was so inspired by all the art. It was just incredible. And I wanted to do a video on my personal favourite look that I did throughout the festival, which was this crystallized 1920s burlesque moment. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cecedesist. I'm a cabaret performer from Perth, Australia. I sing, I try to dance, and I like to think I'm a little funny. Stay tuned if you'd like to learn how to do this look. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
I'm gonna go ahead and prep my face. We are moisturizing. Oh, forgot to put my hair back. It's gonna make it so much easier. Ugh. I'm gonna let that settle in and just go through my normal brow blocking routine. I've already filmed a really in-depth video with Lady Velvet Cabaret about how I block out my brows, so if you'd like to see how I do that, check that out. I'll put the link somewhere below. But for now I'm just gonna do the usual. I'm just going to highlight right in the middle. I like to bounce around the edges, otherwise I find the highlight just blends into the rest of the foundation too much. I like to bounce softly just around the edges, and then I'll go into the center. And I have a contour color that I do like. Mine's messy, but it's this one here. And just gonna contour the forehead and the temple. I'm not going to set that. I'm going to use the stickiness to allow the eyeshadow to really adhere to it. I'm going to take this purple right here. I've got a brush that is somewhat dense. I'm going to use that to pack on the colour. So I'm going to apply my crease colour. I'm going to start probably around here where the actual orbital bone is visible. And then moving it downward. And then I'm going to make it go like that, but then sort of flick at the end. They're going to look like really low eyebrows. Trust the process. And then bringing it upwards. They'll be even eventually. This looks like when I just put the glue on. And then I'm going to take a less dense, a fluffier brush. This is going to be for blending. And I'm just going to tap it into something a little less intense than that purple. Just a little bit of this purple here. And just like a little bit. Just tap it in. You don't have to swirl it. I'm going to take this and blend out the edge of what I've just created. Take a bit more. And I'm sort of going back into the original purple product to sort of swirl it to help blend out that edge. Take as much time as you need with blending. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're going too slow, and like a lot of people take a long time with their looks, and that's okay. Some people do their looks so often that they gain muscle memory and can do it a lot sooner, a lot quicker, and that's also okay. As long as the end result looks blended and soft, that's fine. I'm sort of like maintaining that sort of angled sweep. So I'm blending in that direction at the end. I might even take some more of that original purple just to bring that intensity back in, because you will lose some of it when you blend. I'm feeling a bit spicy today, so I might actually dip into some of this sparkly colour right here. Just, I don't even know if it'll show up, but just for a little bit of a hint of something spicy. Well, that'd be cool. Now I'm just going to do the same with the other brow. And do really soft, feathery, circular motions to blend it outwards. I might take this little soft pink and just sort of make sure that it's extra married into the skin colour. And this flat brush, and on a good day it's meant to be like tapered, like sort of angled at the top. You can take this into any concealer or foundation that you have. I'm going to take it into my white Kryolan TV paint stick and dip, 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 dip. And this is the part where we actually clean up and create our brand new lid. And we clean up underneath here. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and give it a go. You can sort of do small little stamps. Then I'm just going to pat down the rest of the lid. Cool. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other eye. Keep looking like forward at the mirror to just check that they're both even. Spoiler alert, they're not. I'm just going to make sure that my forehead is still nice and blended. I'm going to take this moment to actually powder down my forehead now that I'm like happy with that part. I'm going to deepen up that crease. It has taken away some of the depth. So I'm going to go back in with that nice rich purpley colour and just with this teeny tiny little detail-y flat brush, I am going to just carefully just go back into where that crease now begins. And blend it out. I might even go a little bit further and take some black. And dip into some purple to blend this out. Another reason why I like to do the top half of my face first is that I can do eyeliner on the waterline without, you know, messing up the bottom half of my face. So I'm going to do that now with a big white eyeliner pencil. I'm just gonna dip into just a touch of some glitter that I have. This is like white glitter, but it's a little bit iridescent. I'm gonna make that stick with eyelash glue. Technically don't need this, but it's like a silicone brush applicator, I guess. I'm just gonna pop a little bit on the side of my hand here. I'm not gonna apply it on the whole lid, because glitter is annoying when you're trying to put eyeliner over the top of stuff. So I'm just going to put it on the top part of the crease. Now I'm going to go into the glitter. I usually like to do this like looking down. And press down the glitter as much as possible. When the little parts of glitter are completely flat, you get the best result. Otherwise, it creates texture and it just looks a little crusty. So, I've got a liquid eyeliner, and I have a trick because I have, you can kind of see I put it eyelids. So, I start by applying it to the lash line, and while it's wet, I look up. And I sort of try and roll it. Okay. That shows you how much of your lid is going to be visible when you like just relax and have your eye open. So I'm going to use that as a guide. Okay. This is why I didn't put the glitter all over, because liquid eyeliner over glitter tends to look a little crunchy. Then I want the wing to sort of follow the direction that the crease is already going in. And then I'm going to connect that to my eye. And then with the inner corner, I'm just going to be really careful with that. And again on the other side. I am gonna get a little flattish kind of brush. I'm actually gonna pack some black eyeshadow over that just to set it and keep it, you know, from creasing. Because as a hooded eye lady, that eyeliner is in a precarious little area that will want to crease. and it will just keep it looking like as black as possible. This is the part I hate. I hate doing my eyebrows. I hate doing eyebrows because I can never get them right and they scare the shit out of me, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I gotta do it. I don't want to do it. Okay, so, I hate doing my eyebrows. They give me the most nerves to do, but, I went and did this one anyway, just to prove to myself that I remembered how to do it, and, preferably I would like to use a pencil. I don't have one, and I don't have the means to go out and get one because they've closed everything because of the virus. So I'm going to attempt to do this one on this side. I would start off by lightly laying out a guide with a powder. So I'm going to go in with not quite the black, but the darkest brown. I don't like to start right here. I like to start right where the arch would be. Of course, with this look, we're not doing exactly an arch. We're keeping it quite circular in a way. Curved, keeping it quite curved. You want to find where the edge of your iris starts and then start there. Now, I am assuming, so around here. Really lightly applying it. The thing with the 1920s brows, they kind of went down quite a bit, so we'll keep that going. I like to use my wrist as like the pivot point. Then I'm going to go in with an actual eyeliner pen, not a liquid because that would just freak me out too much. I like to make it a little bit thicker as it comes towards the center. My hands are so shaky, but I think we kind of got through it. I'm going to go back in with this little brush here and take not quite the darkest color, maybe like more of an ashy kind of browny kind of color. Now I'm actually going to clean up underneath with a white foundation. So back with my Kryolan TV paint stick and my flat brush. Trying to look at my reference photo. What did I do? I'm gonna put some rhinestones on my eyelids. I'm gonna take a couple of these AB crystals, AB meaning Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis! At this time of year, localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes. May I see it? No. Get one of these guys, and I'm basically going to apply them to this outline here, just underneath, okay? Okay, with the eyelash glue, I'm going to apply it to my hand again. And I'm going to apply little dots. I'm going to dip into that glue with something small. I could find a bobby pin. I hope that that works. It probably will. Boop, boop, boop. And you want the glue to sort of dry and get a little bit tacky. This applicator is actually a scrapbooking tool. I like to press those in, make sure they're nice and firm. Let's get started on the rest of the face. I'm gonna put my highlighter on, my highlight color, which is the white. When you're as pale as I am, that is your highlight shade. I'll get to the nose later. I'll make sure I get under my eyes. I'm just gonna bounce the highlight color in gently, so it doesn't move around too much, because I know exactly where I want it placed. And we're just trying to bring the fantasy ever forward. And then I will get my base color, which is ivory apparently, and I will fill in the rest. Oh, and the nose, but we'll contour and highlight that later because it's just a bit complex. Circular motions, I find, on the edges that you're trying to blend gets a pretty good result. I'm gonna grab a little brush and my cream contour color, which is this one. I like to start with a lighter color for the contour and then go into a darker color. It's just easier to work from less to more than the other way around. So I like to find my cheekbone. I don't like to go all the way. I actually kind of like to curve it up. So I like to create this sort of C shape almost. It just makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then I'll just sort of do the circular motion thing, blend it in. And then I might get a darker color and just further define it. And bring it down a bit.
There are a couple of techniques you can use to find your cheekbones so you know where to place the contour. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm sort of sucking my face in a little bit to sort of find them. Other times I'll sometimes rotate my head around until the light hits a certain spot and I can actually find the actual shadow of where the cheekbones are. It really depends on your face type. Some people's cheekbones are a lot easier to see, and if you're like me and they're buried under a very round face, it may just take a bit of trial and error.
You're a superstar! Now that I've done my contour, I like to just like sharpen up a little itty bitty brush with some white. And blend it out. I'm also going to take this brush and I'll start contouring. I like to do the nose separately to the rest because it's a little bit more complex. My nose in particular is a bit bumpy and bulbous. So right here I have the most annoying little bump on my nose, and if I just paint the contour downwards in one stroke motion, it'll actually accentuate it. So as you can see, I'm kind of doing stamping motions and looking front on into the mirror to make sure that I'm not making it look any more bumpy than it already is. I'll blend that in. I'm going to clean up that with some of my skin tone. Then I'm going to use a white TV paint stick, and I'm going to really go head on. I want to blend in ever so carefully with a ring finger. I might go in even again just to really make it really prominent. It looks more realistic when you sort of emphasize this part and the little tip, rather than just a continuous straight white line. Okay, I want to powder everything down, but before I do, I'll make sure that everything is perfectly blended, because what you powder down will remain. Anything that may have creased in the process, we are just going over again. I'm going to grab a powder puff, take some powder, translucent powder. Start on the highlighted areas. And then go into the rest. If you're performing and you want everything to sort of stay where it is, you can leave this on to bake or cook. I'm staying at home, and so should you, while there is a pandemic going on. This is it. This is the end. So I have a contour palette, and I am going to take my palest color, and I'm going to take this neat little fan brush, and I'm going to just dip it in, pat, and just sort of stamp it in, and then blend. And bring it down. I have a very round face, and I do what I can. I will also bring colour back into the forehead contour and the temples. And I'll also carve out my chin and my jawline. I take my bronzer, and I'm pretty much just going to warm up where I've contoured, almost like using it to blend it further into the face. Also going to use this on the top and use it to blend down my jawline. Now I want to do blush, and it's important to note that with this blush look, it goes not just in the usual places, but right up to the under eyes as well. I'll probably take this nice pinky color here and dip my brush in there and just do that little face like And I like to just twinkle it on, but also bring it up here. Now I'm going to further deepen that and go in with this almost mauve-y kind of colour. And just start on the at the top. And then bring it down. Looking. I mean, I personally love it, but I'm a little biased. I might take one of these shimmery colours and just have a little fun. I'm thinking of going even like more intense with the pink and maybe just dipping into one of these colours ever so slightly, this pink one here, and just focusing that on the under eye part. Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm going to put on some highlighter now, so I'm going to give myself a bit of a spritz to set the makeup, let it sink in, look less powdery, but also it will give my highlighter something to adhere to. I'm going to take the pinky kind of shade, sort of like keep it all cohesive with this kind of pinky kind of look, and just take it to the high points of my cheekbone. See it? Oh, there she is. And then with the same amount of product, I might just like bring it further into like the apples of the cheeks. And I have this great glittery kind of highlighter from Stila called Heaven's Dew in the shade Silver Lake, and it's my favorite thing to just sort of top up, make things extra sparkly. So I like to just get it with my finger and just apply it like so. I haven't actually put on mascara, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm also going to do the eyeshadow on the under eyes. So I'll take my eyeshadow palette again and get this little itty bitty little flat detailing brush. I will start with the purple. And I'll go into the black and deepen up underneath. Then I'm going to do the mascara on the bottom lashes. Off camera, I've gone and applied some rhinestones to the underneath. And I'm going to do that to this eye now too with the same technique of eyelash glue. Dot that on. Let that get a little tacky. I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes with that same lash glue. And set them aside to get tacky. Otherwise the lashes will slide around. You want them to be able to stick on from the moment they touch your eyelids. While I'm letting them dry, I'm going to grab a lip pencil and get started on my lips. We're doing like a red glossy lip that sort of starts as a really dark red. But I'm just going to give myself the outline first and foremost with a pencil. I'll start in the middle. I now have my outline, my guide of what to follow. Yes, I overdraw my lips. It's stage makeup, it's cabaret, it's drag inspired. I want to go for that big obnoxious, like, how are you kind of lip. With our guide, I've got these three. I've got my dark color, my red color, and my gloss color. I'm gonna start with my dark color and a lip brush. With that dark color and the lip brush, I'm just gonna carefully dip it into the brush. Just do the outsides, just sort of like fade it, bring it, blend it in. Then I'll go over with my red color, focusing on the center. And sort of marrying them together. I might go in with a bit more of the dark color. Then I'm gonna go over with this red gloss. This sort of further blends them together, which I think is really cool.
So I popped on my eyelashes off camera because my storage ran out. I'm gonna go put on an outfit, a wig, some jewelry, and I'll be right back. This is the finished look. This is cutting off my circulation ever so slightly. This is the finished look, and it's probably my favourite look that I've done from the whole Fringe Festival this year. It has been so much fun, and I'm so glad I got to do it before the world ended. That was a nice moment we had there. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to make some more videos, so if you have any ideas of what you would like to see, I would love to hear it. So please comment down below, give this video a like, give me a subscribe. Every little bit of engagement helps me out a lot. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials. It's cecedesist everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and for everything all in one place, you can always go to www.cecedesist.com on the internet.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye!